Have you ever had a pair of skis that you loved, but then a few years later felt like it was time to move on from them? That is how I currently feel about my current pair of skis. They were great when I first got them, but now I am taking the sport a lot more seriously, so they are no longer ideal. In this video, I will be discussing my journeys with my Atomic Mavericks 86C. What is happening, everybody? I hope y'all are having a fantastic Friday. This Friday is a fantastic Friday because if you remember last week's video, I was recording my voiceover on a fucking potato. But now, this Friday, that is now fixed. So now my voice doesn't sound like shit anymore. Well, I mean that's a little bit subjective regardless what microphone I am using. Long story short, I used to record my voiceovers on the original HyperX Quadcast, which was a pretty good mic. Unfortunately, that microphone shot the bed, so I had to fall back on my headset microphone for last week's video. Now I just upgraded to the HyperX Flipcast. Let me know your feedback on the audio down below, so I can make some final tweaks. Whilst on the subject of upgrades, let me tell you the story of my journeys on the Atomic Mavericks. So it all started in December of 2022. I had money burning a hole in my pocket, and I decided it was time to buy a brand new pair of skis. I wanted a brand new pair of skis because it was my first time owning a new pair of skis. Every ski I skied on before was either a rental or a set of skis bought secondhand. I decided that I wanted to see what it was like to ski on a brand new pair of skis. I went to my local Epic Mountain Gear store to go ski shopping and looked around at my options, and I had no idea what I was looking for. I literally had no idea, no clue whatsoever. Because at the time, I was a casual skier who went 5 to 10 times a year and didn't take the sport that seriously. I asked the ski seller questions and recommendations, and I got some ideas of what I wanted. Then I took off. I went and shopped around at multiple different ski retailers, but nothing that really appealed to me. I then later returned to the Epic Mountain Gear with my father so he could back me up on my decision. We looked at different skis, and I still had no idea what I wanted to buy. Then the ski seller showed us the skis he had on clearance, and one of them was the Atomic Mavericks that I currently ski on. I then looked at all the skis that he had on clearance, and the Atomic Mavericks appealed to me the most because I liked the top sheets a lot, as well as it came with a $700 price tag that also included bindings, which was an unbeatable deal. I made my decision to buy those. I also bought a new pair of boots, which is the set I currently use today. I then got the bindings mounted and final adjustments made, and I picked up my skis a few days later. Shortly afterwards, I then bought my GoPro Hero 11 and started filming ski videos. I even still have my GoPro Hero 11 unboxing video still up on this channel. I mean, if you want to go look at my dogshit old skiing videos, they are still up as well, but I definitely have came a long way from that. After making that investment in new skis, I did have the desire to go up more often, as well as it was an opportunity to film on my new GoPro and make videos as I didn't have any other content ideas. I was too oblivious to really notice the difference between my new skis versus my previous pair of skis, but just the fact that I invested money into the sport drove me to go up more often to justify the purchase. I was going up skiing at least every other week, if not every week, during the 2023 ski season. 2023 was also the season we got crazy snowfall out west, unlike some other winters. Unfortunately, nothing to write home about in Colorado as we were in a snow shadow that year, except the 3 days I skied at Crested Butte, where we caught a crazy big storm during my visit there. Unfortunately, I didn't film at Crested Butte, so I don't have any footage from that. I may have barely touched on any of the epic resorts on this channel, but if you have the brain cells to go watch my videos from 2023 that I told you not to fucking watch, but you probably watched it anyway because you're a fucking 5-year-old who will do anything you were told not to do, with all jokes aside, I basically covered all the epic resorts in Colorado except for Crested Butte and Telluride. In the 2024 ski season, I switched to Icon, so I went and skied all the Icon mountains. 2024 was a dead year for this channel, as I didn't really have any inspiration to film my skiing. I was simply just enjoying the sport and not even worrying about filming. I was still going up consistently every week, just was enjoying the vibe of skiing. Towards the end of the 2024 ski season, I started watching YouTube videos on skiing, mainly for Peak Rankings and SRG Skiing, both channels I still watch to this day. Watching ski videos from those two channels motivated me to get out on the slopes even more. It kind of felt like a scavenger hunt in some weird fucking way. Then the off season rolled around and I stopped watching ski content. The 2025 ski season then began and I brought out the camera again to start filming content, although this time with absolutely no purpose. I was just going to film myself ski and then just decide what I was going to do with the footage later. I then also started watching Peak Rankings and SRG Skiing again, only this time I actually subscribed to them for good, so I kept up with them during the off season. I saw that SRG was a small channel still responding to all his comments, and I realized that Shang lived in my state of Colorado, so I reached out to him to meet up with him on the slopes. I skied a few laps with him, and then I released my video skiing with him. That then inspired me to start making ski content again. And ever since then, I have been doing weekly uploads, of course ignoring last month, but we don't fucking talk about that shit, so stop fucking talking about it! Jesus Christ. Now that may have sounded like a long-ass tangent, and it sort of was, because it really was. You're probably even questioning why you even clicked on this video, and you may be thinking about clicking off, but don't do it, I fucking swear, we will get back on track. Anyway, it may have all sounded like rambling, but it was a very important context to what I am about to talk about next. As I was explaining, every year since 2023, I have been taking skiing way more seriously. Before all of this, I used to despise the wintertime in Colorado. I used to hate it. I used to be a summer person, and I used to want the cold weather to go fuck itself. Now I made a complete 180. Now I want the hot weather to go fuck itself. I am now enjoying the wintertime a lot more. I used to bitch every time it snowed. Now I celebrate every time it snows. With all that being said, I am a diehard skier now. I am actually serious about wanting to be good at the sport now. I want to challenge myself in completing some of the hardest runs that I can do. I'm still having fun doing it, of course. I'm not forcing myself to do something I don't enjoy just for ego and content, as much as I would really like to, but I'm not doing it. So really, please don't take it that way. If you would like some context to how things have changed for me, number 1, I did my first flyaway ski trip in 2026. Number 2, I've been traveling outside of Colorado to ski. One time to go to Banff, and then another time to go to Jackson Hole. I even rented avalanche gear to ski freeride terrain at Banff. I have done day trips up to Steamboat, even slept in my car to go to Steamboat's opening day. I've actually been skiing and enjoying the early season too, which 2 years ago that just wasn't a thing for me. Last season I got 42 days of skiing, which was a big record breaker for me. With that being said, all of these crazy journeys that I've had, and I plan on doing more next season, the Mavericks just aren't necessarily the best fit for me anymore. I have had a lot of good memories with them, but it is about time that I look for a pair of skis that better suits my needs. That is why I recently bought the Armada Arv 112s at the tail end of last season. That will be a great ski for the powder days, but I would like to have a ski that does better for in-between storms. The problem with my Mavericks is they are too long and they are only 88mm underfoot. They are more so carving skis rather than for skiing more advanced terrain. I more so would like skis in the high 90s or low 100s of underfoot for my skis to be in between storms. I am also looking for a more playful ski as well for bump skiing. Now I may have made it seem like I am done with the Mavericks, but that is not necessarily the case, at least not yet. You will see me on the Mavericks plenty of times this upcoming season during certain circumstances, as my Arvs won't be good for all conditions. It will be very interesting to see what the Arvs could do. I also want to give a huge shout out to Arjun and Josh N for helping me pick out my Arv 112s. I was very pleased testing them out last spring, and I'm for sure looking forward to skiing on them this winter. I especially want to thank Arjun, who I would consider my skiing mentor, as he has a ton of great advice, and I hope to be able to meet up with him on the slopes this upcoming season. The process of picking those skis went very smoothly, and I went into the store knowing exactly what I wanted, unlike when I shopped for the Mavericks. The Arvs were fairly expensive, but definitely a meaningful investment for accomplishing my goals. Now once again, this by no means a goodbye to the Mavericks, at least not yet. You'll see the Mavericks a fair bit this season, particularly in the early and late season, and probably in between storms. I am just explaining how the Mavericks went from a perfect fit for me to now no longer the best fit for me, with 4 seasons of progression. With that being said, I would like to make my way towards moving on from the Mavericks. I haven't yet decided if I want to keep them as rock skis or just trade them in for a totally different pair. We will have to see when the time comes. I don't plan on doing ski shopping again until at least the spring because really I just bought a new pair of skis. So nothing is set in stone right now. So, that was my journey with my Atomic Mavericks. It all started from a happy accident, just wanting new skis, but not knowing shit about what I was looking for, to now being more serious about skiing, and no longer being the right fit. This video was inspired by a member of my Discord community who goes by the name Red Chili Fan on Discord, so thank you for that. I have no idea what your YouTube username is, Chili Fan, so if you're watching this, if you want to comment down below so I can give you credit, that would be appreciated. Speaking of Discord, if you want to join my community, that link is in the description. Otherwise, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.